welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we are diving headfirst into a massive, honestly kind of baffling mystery in the financial tech world right now. We're looking at why so many Forex or foreign exchange SaaS platforms are just completely dropping off the map. And the crazy part? They're dying even when they have absolutely incredible cutting-edge technology. It's a fascinating problem. We're going to explore how the rules of the game have fundamentally changed, why superior coding just isn't saving anyone anymore, and what the real winners are actually doing to survive and thrive. Let's get into it.
Features don't scale. Trust. Man, that is a bold reality check, and it is catching so many founders completely off guard right now. Look at the wildly crowded market heading into 2026. The landscape is just absolutely packed with brilliant engineering. I mean, everyone out there is aggressively boasting, right? They're claiming to have the fastest CRM, they're bragging about the smartest AI integrations, the absolute best automation tools money can buy. Imagine these teams of developers literally burning the midnight oil, building objectively superior software. But despite all that incredible engineering and, perfect code, they are failing. Why? Well, because they built software, but they completely forgot to build trust. They're focusing entirely on the wrong metric, basically operating under this totally outdated assumption that the best product automatically wins.
Section 1. The Sea of Sameness. Let's take a look at the Forex SaaS industry in 2026.
So there is this massive disconnect happening right now between what developers are building and what customers actually want to buy. SaaS companies are out there heavily advertising that their platforms are advanced, fast, and AI-powered. That's the whole pitch. But what are high-risk Forex brokers actually looking for? Perceived safety and trust. Forex is this inherently high-risk, high-stakes environment. We are talking about millions of dollars moving in literal milliseconds. If a broker chooses a weak platform or, say, a vendor suddenly goes offline, it can completely shatter trader trust and destroy a hard-earned reputation overnight. Brokers aren't buying software features anymore. They're buying a shield of safety. And honestly, if they don't feel entirely safe, they really don't care how fast your back end is.
Section 2. Visibility equals trust. This right here is the big paradigm shift in the market. So what does this shift actually look like in practice? Well, it's called the authority moat. It's this idea that repeated exposure across media, search, and industry channels actually compounds into instant credibility and perceived safety. Think about the basic human psychology here. When a broker repeatedly sees a platform ranking at the very top of Google, when they see that brand mentioned in reputable financial media, or notice their massive booth at industry expos, or even just read organic conversations about them on LinkedIn, that company naturally feels bigger. It feels like the default choice, It feels significantly more established and infinitely safer. It's that subtle, repeated exposure that completely rewires a broker's buying decision way before they ever even book a demo.
And here is the harsh truth for developers. It's a really surprising twist in the industry narrative. AI killed the feature advantage. Seriously. Because artificial intelligence has made software so incredibly fast and cheap to build, your unique proprietary features, they just aren't safe anymore. You might spend 6 grueling months developing an incredible new trading tool, only to have a competitor use an AI-assisted development workflow to clone the whole thing over a single weekend. You simply can no longer rely on having a pure technology advantage. The real moat, the actual defensive wall protecting your business, is no longer your code base. It's your positioning. It is your authority in the space.
Section 3. Ecosystems over software. Let's look at what the winning platforms are actually doing differently. The real winners? They aren't just selling isolated tools anymore. They are building comprehensive environments. They're offering robust education that actually helps brokers grow. They're building active communities where users share strategies. They provide seamless integrations with dozens of other industry tools. They're aggressively fostering partner ecosystems and affiliate networks, all while churning out high-value content that totally cements their authority positioning. They are literally enveloping the user in an entire world of value. When a broker steps into this kind of ecosystem, leaving feels like a massive step backward. This multi-layered exposure is exactly what creates unshakable credibility and makes a platform practically irreplaceable.
Section 4. The real growth formula. Here is how you build trust systematically.
Since we all know that paid ads are becoming wildly expensive and just far less effective in this crowded space, trust has to be built systematically. Successful 2026 Forex SaaS companies use a very specific 4-step blueprint to turn their visibility into actual adoption. Step 1. Trust-first onboarding. The literal second broker signs up, every single touchpoint, every email, every tutorial has to reassure them they made a safe choice. Step 2. Education-driven content.
You've got to teach them and add real actionable value to their business, rather than just constantly pitching them upgrades. Step 3. Partnership distribution. This means heavily leveraging the trust that other established players have already built with their target audience. And finally, step 4. Retention systems. Once you have their trust, you need systematic, automated processes to keep that trust locked in for years. This is the exact pipeline. It's how visibility turns into authority, authority turns into trust, and trust turns into massive adoption.
It really all boils down to this profound reality. The platforms that dominate attention usually dominate adoption. I know, it is a really hard pill to swallow for brilliant tech founders who just want the code to speak for itself. But the best technology does not always win. In high-stakes financial industries like Forex, the unknown is simply too risky. A broker will always, and I mean always, choose a slightly inferior platform that they completely trust over a technically brilliant platform they have never heard of. If you dominate attention, you completely remove the unknown. You become the safe bet.
Which leaves us with one final, provocative question to think about. Does your visibility actually matter more than your features? I challenge your bias toward just building more and more tools, and instead ask you to think deeply about how you are building your own authority moat. Are you just writing code, or are you actually scaling trust? If you found this paradigm shift valuable, make sure to subscribe so we can keep decoding these complex growth strategies together. Drop the word trust in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.